Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Taurus reading. The full moon occurs on the 5th of November and is affecting the area of your life that has to do with the way that you share resources with other people. And it is fitting that the overall tarot energy for this reading is the Four of Pentacles, where I see you being very cautious and deliberate in the way that you share or employ your personal resources, your savings, investment you have, skills that you can contribute towards an effort. And it is this caution that indicates to me that you have been burned before. You have been perhaps used for your resources and not received an adequate return, if any return at all. Underneath the deck, the Three of Wands indicates to me that despite perhaps any negative experiences in the past with sharing money or resources, you are setting up a collaborative effort in which you seek to distribute the responsibilities equitably around the responsibility of building, creating, and handling the rewards or recognition for what it is you create as a team. So you are setting this up carefully with an understanding that balance in the establishment of your collaboration is going to protect all of you in a positive way. And I have pulled from the Talisman Oracle the Union card. Really interesting card, and I'm going to read from the guidebook. This card represents unity, wholeness, and fulfillment. Harmony can arise from forces that can be seen as opposite, yet they are interconnected and they work to complement each other. This card can represent friendship, teamwork, or partnership. It is not essential to master every talent, skill, or knowledge, because our unity with like-minded people can bring the best results. The card teaches us to trust others in their area of expertise. The heavy weight of responsibility can be divided, and the celebration of success is much sweeter when it's shared. Use this card to strengthen the bond in a friendship or partnership. And the mantra reads, "We are stronger together." So I really like this. I feel like this is boding a very serious but potentially prosperous connection between you and others. Very productive. And in the 10th house, the way others see you, we have the Four of Wands. This is so beautiful. Another four indicates security, stability, a foundation, a stable platform on which you are achieving the bringing together of this team, this community, this partnership that is not only an acknowledgement of this learning process, this union that you are consummating through your actions, through your behaviors, and the things that you create together, but that you're actually recognizing and celebrating the event of this. You're recognizing that this has come about as a result of hard work, long work, perhaps a lot of failed attempts along the way. But to achieve this kind of community, this kind of team or partnership, you recognize as the sweetness of life. This is your cultural, your social, even your spiritual foundation for what you are inviting the world into. In the first house, the Three of Pentacles, another three, is directly describing the team, the collaboration, or the effort that you're creating as collaborative. This is affirming your caution, your deliberation in setting up this new business on a monetary basis so that the investment is equitable. is in alignment with the values of all involved in this team, in this collaboration, and there is a demonstrated commitment to building something excellent, something beautiful in a way that benefits all, something that others are eager to participate in and recognize the elevated quality of what it is that you're bringing, you're producing on their behalf. So this really is not simply about the way you're working equitably among a variety of expertise, but what you're producing as showing that layered consideration. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your family, your soul, your foundation, the Seven of Wands, is about understanding in the balance of resources with others that your sacred space must be protected, is your foundation, that a place in which you set clear boundaries, are very clear about your role, your responsibilities in any collective effort, allows you to protect the space through which you exercise your talents, that you understand that you don't need to be like others to fit in with others, that your agreements supersede that, and you trust one another in your efforts to work your best at your part of a process. But this is also about uh, the boundaries allowing you, freeing you to focus on your particular talent and part of the equation so that you are contributing from your best self, from your self that accepts your gifts, your uniqueness, and recognizes its relevance to the work that you are now doing, that you've created for yourself. In the seventh house of significant others, the King of Cups. This is a lot of maturity here, and this feels as though for some of you, this represents a strong partner. This can be a benefactor. This can be a friend, a family member who has often supported you, if not financially, certainly in spirit. The values are aligned. But this can also be the way in which you show up for others. And as you are evolving this collaboration, this community that is working on behalf of a vision of yours, you are demonstrating that it is the disappointments at times and failures that have taught you the most. And that is something that you're able to impart to others who seek out your wisdom, who see you as a guiding force, who see your strength, your belief, your faith as instrumental to the ability to stay clear and move forward appropriately in alignment with your goals. So this is also about a good feeling you have about who you are and what you've been through. What might have seemed like a long, torturous journey you're now recognizing the true privilege you've had to be one to extend your heart, to extend your desire, your belief, and your faith in new directions. That this, in and of itself, is a gift that requires courage and strength, both of which you have. I'm going to clarify these cards with the ethereal deck, the shadow work deck, and I will finish up with a crystal oracle. If you're resonating with this reading, please like this video. Please share this with others if you feel inclined to do so. Certainly subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It helps tremendously, and I appreciate all your support. I'm going to start with the first house, the Three of Pentacles, to clarified with the Page of Wands, but I will pull cards for all the axis of the wheel at this time. The Seven of Wands in the fourth house is clarified by the Nine of Swords. The King of Cups in the 7th house is clarified by the Death card, and the Four of Wands is clarified by the Devil. Right away, I see how hard you have worked, how much you have had to explore your own shadow nature, your own shameful or hurtful experiences, behaviors of your own that you're not proud of, in order to get to the clarity and the productivity that feels like it is up front for you. From the 1st house, the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Wands, and this absolutely indicates that you are excited and enthusiastic to work in a way with like-minded individuals who have an expertise that is different from yours but is aligned to your vision. This is inspiring to you. This is a new way of working. It is not the traditional way that we have assumed that success is found. This is a real way that success reproduces and generates itself through the invitation and participation of many people. So this is in part a new way of finding abundance in the world that inspires you to learn new things, to think, uh, to invest in yourself in a new way, to recognize that your thoughts, your desires have power and that they motivate you and inspire others that you're working with. So this indicates an incredible release of positive passion that others feel the energy of. In the 4th house, the 7 of Wands is clarified by the 9 of Swords. For me, this is very much about self-acceptance that has preceded this necessity to set clear boundaries. And that comes from an experience in which you had a lot of suffering and disappointment because of the way in which you felt betrayed by others. In particular, betrayal can only occur from those we care about, those we expect something different from. And that's what can make the 9 of Swords so absolutely stinging and seem so unbearable in the moments of experiencing, seeing the truth of the betrayal, the disappointment, the hurt, the suffering. But that has indeed clarified for you why it is important to set healthy boundaries so that you can express your gift in a way that you are free to focus that in the direction of your goals. So this is indicating again at another point the tremendous work you've done to gain the self-acceptance, to accept yourself as unique and special on purpose. And particularly for those of you that have felt outside some kind of a marginal status to your family of origin or your community or friendship group, you are understanding that all of that experience of being taken for granted, perhaps, has led you to clarity about what it is you have to offer, what you previously perhaps have not seen that constitutes your phenomenal gifts. In the 7th house, the King of Cups is clarified by the Death card. And this is giving a similar message that you have had to release, and yet that release has been one of love. The sense of being betrayed, being fooled, being taken advantage of, being lied to has been really transformed by your realization that others were simply utilizing gifts that you seemed not to value or be aware of that you had. And so in that way, it isn't that you were intending to give away your power, but you inadvertently did by undervaluing what you had to offer for free, for not recognizing the value of what you had and feeling as though the betrayals, being lied to, the being hurt, the being taken advantage of was your experience, without understanding that there was a reason why you had those experiences, and they really originated with your power. And now that you understand your power, you're able to release the sense of betrayal, pain, and suffering that you've experienced from the actions of others with love, because you understand that others were responding to the energy that you were putting out. And that now that you have reclaimed that energy, that sense of talent, of gift, of value, and part in large degree of that value is the ability to step forward with love, to offer what you have from your heart, to open up your feelings to someone in need. Even if your ability to evaluate that clearly is not so great, um, the courage that that takes, the ability, the big heartedness is really what you're now in a position to celebrate. That you have all the love that you could possibly spend in your life, and it can't be overspent. The more you give, the more you have. And that constitutes your strength, not your vulnerability, as you had formerly believed it was. In the 10th house, the Four of Wands is clarified by the Devil. So here is a message that a lot of people have been getting. Your idea of traditional relationship has been thrown out of the window. Whatever you experienced that looked normal, looked conforming, looked according to what we have been conditioned to believe is the right way to be in partnership, to have a family, whatever that relates to. You have understood that by letting go of that, by releasing that, that you, and by recognizing the ways in which you have been opposed or damaged by that, has allowed you to invest more joyfully in the resources that you have. And that includes the people in your life that are there for you, that have always been there for you, that are happy to work with you on your projects, you're happy to work with them on their projects. This is a real resource that is worth, it's priceless in many ways. And so this is something you no longer discount as being insubstantial for the success that you envision for yourself. In fact, that success, the very idea of it, you're releasing. Maybe success looks differently now. I'm going to finish up this reading with a crystal oracle, and this slid out in a way that I liked. And this is the moonstone, and the key word is cycles. I'm in the divine flow of my soul rhythms and life cycles. Libra, if you've enjoyed this content, check out more content here. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. And until next time, namaste.